Hello and welcome to Baldur's Gate 3. I'm Shadowcoast and welcome to the channel. I'm so excited for launch and I wanted to create a quick video on basic commands and controls for mouse and keyboard playing this game. These will be helpful for you to know. Real quick before we jump in, if you click escape, you go to options and key bindings. You can read through pretty much all the different commands, but we're going to review some of the most common ones that are very important. So let's get started with just moving around the screen. WASD will move up, down, left, right, as you'd expect. Q and E are going to pan or rotate the camera. If you hold down middle mouse button, you can do the same thing. You can see there, my cursor right here is a little finger pointer. When I click down on the middle mouse button, I can rotate. Mouse wheel in or forward goes in, mouse wheel out or backwards goes out. If you click O, you go to the tactical view, which can be helpful at times. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about some of the different things we can do. If you want to move around characters individually, all you have to do is pull, so left click and pull, and you saw that chain until it breaks. So now, these characters, Shadow Coast and Shadow Heart, will not be followed, where Lae'zel and Astarion are sewing together, so if I click on her, they're going to move together, so you can see that. So you just pull it apart, left click, hold down the left mouse button, pull apart, and now they're all different. So this is great if you want to position yourself before a battle from that perspective. If you quickly want to group them up, you can pull the panes together and that will relink them, or you click G to group everyone together quickly. So if I click G, they're all together. If I click G again, they're all not together. So G is good at clicking everyone together and then also separating them all out. And you can see on the left here how that works. So I'm just clicking G back and forth again. We can also toggle it manually here from that perspective. We can also toggle crouch or hide. We can click Shift C to do that. Well, they have to be grouped together. So if you're grouped together and you click C, it's only going to do that character you have selected. So if I click C, it's only Shadowheart that's hiding as long as they're grouped together. If I click Control C, or excuse me, Shift C, left shift and C, the entire group is going to hide. So this is really important if someone's pathing around and you want everyone to be hidden before entering combat. You can click G to separate them out or group them together, and then Shift C, excuse me, to hide. So that only works for who's grouped. So for example, let's say we have Shift C here. Only these three in the group are going to hide. Shadowheart won't. So they have to be grouped together. Shift C, whoever's grouped together will hide. So enough on that. We've spent some time. Now this will be important at different times too. If you're kind of like me and you really care about the ordering of characters, you can just kind of shift them around, taking them out. You can actually hold left control, or excuse me, not left control. You can just group them in order together to kind of get different people together, and then when you combine them, you can order the portraits kind of manually. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm definitely OCD in that manner. Having it in a certain order is important to me. Okay, if you're in town or out of town and you want to brandish your weapon, click U. So you will basically pull your weapon out or sheath or unsheath your weapon. Clicking U again will also then sheath your weapon. So that'll be important when walking around. You might not want your weapon out, so keep that in mind. Alright, a few things. M opens up the map. J opens up your journal. P is inspiration. So you can kind of read a little bit about your different characters from that perspective. I is your inventory, and this is also part of your character sheet, so you can look at all your stats, all your inventory. It is important to note that each individual character has his or her or their own inventory. You can easily swap between characters by just dragging and dropping on the character, and that item will move to their inventory. As you may or may not be aware, there is a keychain. So as you pick up keys, they will be kind of put in whoever picks them up's keychain, so you don't have a gazillion keys, which is nice. So keep that in mind. If you right click on an item, you're going to see different options, including add to wares. Add to wares is basically your junk. So if you want to quickly sell all your wares, you can denote them add wares, which is super helpful. Back to the party real quick. Right bracket will and left bracket. No, I just click P. So the keys to the right of P are your left and right bracket respectively. You can quickly shift between characters when doing that. It also works when you have inventory open or the character sheet open, which is really important. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of some of the other helpful ones. Home will recenter on your character. So if you're moving around and you want to recenter, just click home and it'll bring you back there. And those are basically the basics for Baldur's Gate 3. If you did go on to find this video helpful, please drop a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in future videos. For bonus spoilers coming up, if you click B, which does not work yet, that will open up your Ithalid powers if you so choose to go down that path, so keep that in mind. We can also click kind of V to push real quick, or shove, excuse me. You can see here Z will be jump, crouch, throw is X from that perspective, but V is actually very helpful where if you're kind of sneaking up and you quickly want to push a character, you click V and then push. So keep that in mind. Um, you can then down here rotate between different moves. That will be helpful. One thing that is helpful is toggling on or off non-lethal attacks. So if you want to click passives, just make sure that you click non-lethal attacks, and you're going to see that it'll be rotating like that from that perspective. So this is all fairly intuitive. I just wanted to run through some stuff from that perspective. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you also want to switch between weapons, you can just left click on the weapon in the pane here, so keep that in mind. Alright, we're going to call this a video. If you did find it helpful, please drop that thumbs up and hope to see you in future videos. Shadow Coast out.